night. They crossed the line. Neither of them meant to, but love rarely asks for permission. At exactly 11:47 p.m., Sophie Miller realized she was no longer just pretending everything was fine. She sat alone on the fire escape of her Los Angeles apartment, city lights flickering below, phone glowing in her hand with a message she'd read 5 times already. "Can I come over? I don't want to be alone tonight. Ethan." Sophie closed her eyes. She knew she should say no. She also knew she wouldn't. At 39, Sophie had built a life defined by control. After a painful breakup years earlier, she learned how to stand on her own successful career in interior design. A calm apartment, a quiet routine that didn't leave room for heartbreak. Carter was never supposed to disrupt that. He was 26, a freelance photographer who lived 2 floors below her. They met in the most ordinary way, shared elevator rides, borrowed sugar, polite smiles that slowly turned into conversations. Then friendship. Real friendship. Late night talks on the rooftop, shared takeout, honest laughter. No flirting, no tension. At least, that's what Sophie told herself. Until that message, Ethan arrived 10 minutes later. Eyes tired, shoulders heavy. He didn't explain at first. Just stood there, hands in his jacket pockets, like someone afraid of being sent away. "Rough night?" Sophie asked gently. He nodded. "I found out my dad's sick." Something in her chest softened. She made tea. He talked. She listened. The distance between them felt smaller than usual. Too small. "I don't know why I came here," Ethan said quietly. "I just feel safe with you." Sophie swallowed. "That's dangerous," she replied softly. "For who?" he asked. Silence answered. When Ethan finally looked at her, the air shifted. This wasn't friendship anymore. It was the moment before truth breaks through restraint. "I care about you," he said. "More than I should." Sophie's heart pounded. "Ethan, I'm older. I'm complicated. I don't want to hurt you. I'm not asking you to protect me," he said. "I'm asking you to be honest." She stepped closer. Their kiss was slow, hesitant at first, then deeper, like something they'd been holding back for months. When Sophie pulled away, breathless, fear rushed in behind desire. "This changes everything," she whispered. Ethan nodded. "I know." The next morning was awkward, quiet, real. They didn't pretend nothing happened today. They didn't rush into labels either. They agreed on one thing, whatever this was. It deserved honesty. The world noticed before they were ready. Neighbors stared. Friends questioned. Sophie heard the word midlife crisis whispered behind smiles. Ethan was told he'd grow out of it. But neither of them felt like this was temporary. Ethan showed up consistently. He didn't chase. He didn't pressure. He simply stayed present. Sophie, in turn, stopped hiding behind age and fear. One evening, after a gallery opening where Sophie felt painfully out of place among younger faces, she broke down in the car. "I don't belong in your world," she said. Ethan reached for her hand. "You are my world," she cried. Not because of insecurity, but because she hadn't realized how deeply she'd started to believe him. Their intimacy deepened naturally. Kisses became slower, more intentional. Touch was never rushed, always asked for, always mutual. Love grew not from rebellion, but from trust. Sophie learned that vulnerability didn't make her weak. Ethan learned that love wasn't about proving himself, it was about patience. One night, months later, standing on the same fire escape where everything changed, Sophie spoke the truth she'd been avoiding. "I love you," she said. Ethan smiled, eyes soft. "I've known for a while." At 39, Sophie didn't feel old. She felt alive. Love hadn't arrived loudly. It arrived quietly and stayed. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to Heart Talk Stories for more emotional USA trending romantic love stories that feel honest, modern, and unforgettable.